Well, good afternoon. This is Betty Meredith, President of the Retirement Resource Center, and I'm happy to be your session host today for Beyond the Dollars and Cents with Robert Laura, CPRC, author, speaker, and founder of the Retirement Coaches Association. Now more than ever, advisors must realize that there is much more to retirement than just the dollars and cents. Fact is, people are failing at retirement at an alarming rate because they aren't prepared for the non-financial aspects. During this presentation, Robert will expose the fatal flaws of traditional planning, discuss how the industrial age thinking about longevity is confusing clients, provide an exclusive look at how retirement coaching will push benefits planning into unchartered territory, and discuss some simple steps we can take with our clients to make an immediate impact. Robert Laura, CPRC, is the retirement activist who is committed to changing the way people think about and prepare for every aspect of retirement. His nationally syndicated columns at Forbes.com and Financial Advisor magazine reflect his groundbreaking efforts to challenge the status quo of traditional retirement planning. Robert believes that retirement is among the most fascinating, yet least understood phases of life. Through interviews with celebrities, professional athletes, entertainers, leading experts, and his own clients, he has developed a powerful message to tackle the mental, social, spiritual, and financial aspects of retirement. His objective is simple: to help people create a no-regrets retirement plan. Robert runs the Certified Professional Retirement Coach designation. He founded retirementproject.org and the Retirement Coaches Association. He has authored 2 books, Naked Retirement and Retirement RX, and has published a number of guides to help individuals succeed in this next chapter of life. In addition to his own writings, he frequently appears in major business media, such as the Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Investors Daily, Yahoo Finance, The Street, and more. He also conducts training for financial professionals, as well as workshops and webinars for individuals and couples designed to help them prepare for every aspect of retirement. And he's been doing this for at least 20 years. So, Robert, glad we found you after all this time. Welcome.
Thanks, Betty. I appreciate the opportunity and really looking forward to this. I want to quickly cover the learning objectives for today. In this course, you will use non-financial topics and conversations to generate business like never before. And I think that's important. Again, it's just how do you use some of this stuff to kind of move the needle in your business? You'll gain a competitive advantage. It'll magnify your influence and establish you as the go-to expert. And that's what people are looking for, to differentiate themselves, find new value and purpose in your role by educating and coaching clients on retirement topics that they want and need but don't know who to turn to. And that's a key thing, really, being a resource, and something we also call resource marketing. It also makes you be more referable because of the impact you're having on others. Clients don't like what they do for a living. So I think the important thing is to really be more referable because the value that you're adding, not only to their portfolio but to their individual life. So what I want to really start with too is, the idea that this is really about helping you generate a new mindset and new conversation. A lot of people talk about retirement is changing, but no one's really talking about why or how. And so I think there's several key things that we can look at. And one of the biggest things is the difference between the haves and the have-nots. When you look at the past, the haves were people who had money and lived a life of leisure. Well, that's changed because money and leisure aren't the only key aspects, especially when you look at retirement. What's important? Health, family, and relationships. When we talk about some of the trends and other things that are out there, you're seeing that people have this idea of what retirement is going to be like, but they get there and it's not the same. And it's because they don't understand this. And we have to help people get more into the have category, the new have category, and not be a have-not both personally and financially. And so I want to really hit this whole topic and idea really hard and kind of just really put it on the table of what I'm really looking at and seeing in some of these new retirement realities. The first thing is that retirement is difficult. It's the most anticipated but least understood phase of life. And it's because we have these vague ideas, these vague assumptions of what life is going to be like. And then you get there and it turns out very different. There was a study that said 80% of people think that life in retirement will be better, but only 40% of people who are actually in it found it to be that way. That's a major disconnect. And the disconnect is because people don't go into it with a plan. They again think, oh, it's going to be okay as long as I have the right dollar amount in the asset allocation, I'll figure out the rest of the stuff. But what they end up doing is wasting the first and some of the best years trying to figure out how to make it work. And it doesn't have to be that way. We've got plenty of knowledge, experience, and resources to help people overcome that. The other part about the new retirement reality is retirement's disturbing. It's one of the most traumatic events people will go through. And it's simply because everything that's important to them gets pulled away. Kind of the analogy is when you were growing up and you got grounded. What happened? You couldn't talk to your friends. You couldn't go out. You couldn't do certain things. That's what happens in retirement is you get all this stuff, work, friends, relationships, maybe health or other things are pulled away. And it can be a traumatic transition for people and they don't know what to do about it. Because if you're in retirement and someone says, how's retirement going? You can't say not good. Oh, it's not good. Things are terrible. People look at you like you're an alien or a monster because it's supposed to be the best time of life where everything is perfect and falls into place. But that's not really what happens. But people don't know who they can turn to and talk about it. I think the other thing is retirement's dangerous. The two most dangerous years of your life are when you're born and when you retire. And the reason is because of the failure to thrive. If you think about newborn babies or even orphans, they struggle if they don't have the human touch or the interaction or that love. And that's what happens to people in retirement. And so we've got to start alerting people to these things instead of this idea that it's all perfect and good. Now, I know I'm only 5 or 10 minutes into this and I'm talking about major buzzkills, but my philosophy is simple. We need to vaccinate people about retirement. We need to start letting them know about it. If you think about what a vaccination does, is it interjects a small part of something negative into your body, so your body will build up defenses. That's exactly what we have to start doing with retirement. It's just interjecting a little bit of this stuff. We don't have to hit people over the head with it or make them feel bad or guilty or anything like that, but let them know if you don't go in for a plan for everyday life, you're going to face some of these challenges. And so that's kind of the whole key here is creating that awareness. We're not turning anyone into therapists or anything else, but simply raising awareness, educating, informing, motivating, and inspiring to help people really create this successful transition.